Hello everybody, it's Richard again from Urban Warlock Healing. As promised, I'm going to do another video on the same day. Right, okay, I'm going to try and talk about the Ascension or the Awakening, or my friend Karen calls it the clearing process that we're currently going through today. Now, I do have to stress, again, it's not something I am very learned on. It is something that I am still in the process of learning, but I am just wanting to kind of, I suppose, do my basic understanding of it, okay? Just because it's quite a complex theory, and a lot of people who talk about this stuff, they're quite knowledgeable, and I know for me at least it can go a little bit over my head. You know, again, because of the way I process things with being on the spectrum, it can sometimes take me a little bit of a while to let things sink in. Right, let's give this a go, see how far we get. Right, okay, so my understanding of it is that Earth is going through a process at the moment of ascending in a kind of energetic way, okay? And that is to try and align with other planets out there. So basically, a lot of people are going through what we call an awakening, okay? Now, an awakening is about kind of becoming a little bit more aware of ourselves and our surroundings and our purpose and just life in general, really. Now, that can sound quite heavy, and I want to stress that it doesn't have to be, okay? I think this is why I want to do this video, because, you know, I listen to this stuff and it's like, Christ, you know, that sounds really, really heavy. I sometimes talk about it, and I have been doing a lot in my readings recently. Now, if you see any of my lives and stuff like that, you'll notice I keep going, oh, bloody love readings. I've done a lot of love readings. I don't mind doing love readings at all, but please be aware that if you come for a reading with me, I am going to be honest. You know, I'm not going to rip you apart, but, you know, I'm going to be honest. If it says that you're going to split up, I'm going to say it looks like you're going to split up. Side note, you know, when I do a reading, if I give you a love reading and it says, you know, it looks like you're going to split up, first off, tarot, this is the most likely outcome on your current path. You are still an autonomous human being. So if you're in a coercive relationship, let's say, and I say, looks like you're going to split up, that's probably a good thing, okay? Now, you, as a human, an autonomous human being, you can decide to stay in that, you know, that coercive relationship if you want to. That is your choice, and you can turn around and go, well, Richard was wrong, wasn't he? Again, that's your choice. Are you happy though? That would be my point. You know what I mean? You know, crack on. You know, you could be happier, but, you know, if you want to prove me wrong, if you want to prove the tarot wrong, then, you know, on your head be it. Where was I? I've done a lot of love readings, and a lot of those for me have been about an ascension or awakening process. It's about passing on that information to that person, be it through tarot or be it through mediumship, to say, you know, there is more to your life. There is more happiness that can be coming in, but you need to make those changes. The other thing with awakenings, and ascension and stuff like that, is a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time, it's about having to make a choice, okay? Sometimes stuff does come in and we have no choice about it, like the death of my wife. I had no choice about that, couldn't do anything about it, you know what I mean? That has now projectile vomited me on this new path. So it can sometimes happen that way, but a lot of the time, especially when I'm doing the readings, it's about saying, right, you have a choice. You have, you know, some people might call it a karmic choice, which basically means that, you know, through various past lives, and through kind of soul bonds or soul connections that you made before coming down here to Earth into the physical, you're being presented with some kind of test, some kind of challenge, okay? And you can avoid it and you can go along with it, but next time round you're gonna have to do it again and again and again and again until you make that choice, okay? So there's a bit of that tied into it. Now, I do appreciate, I am trying to keep this simple, I really am. But a lot of the time with these awakenings or ascension or whatever you want to call it, it's about having that choice, okay? And they're tough decisions. The issue is that once you take the blindfold off, or when you take the, I can't remember which one it was, red or blue matrix pill, you can't unsee that stuff, and you're going to get poked and prodded by the universe and spirit and whatever else until you make that choice. Now, for me, this ascension process doesn't have to be that big and heavy. Now, it's taken me a bit of time to get my head around this, because a lot of the people who talk about it, they are spiritualists, they are mediums, they are psychics and stuff like that. And we all, and I do it as well. I talk about having this responsibility for change and this responsibility for changing things. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're all going to become psychics and mediums and tarot readers. Far from it, because we still need nurses and doctors and cleaners and teachers and whatever else. But for me, it's about going, holy shit, I'm doing something that I don't enjoy. Holy shit, I'm in a relationship that doesn't make me happy. Holy shit, I need a bit more greenery in my life. Whatever it is, it is about finding something that makes you happy, okay? And your life purpose, okay? Once you find said life purpose, once you realise that you are, another word that's used a lot in this world, in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing, you are going to be happy, okay? When you are happy, your happiness is going to radiate. And when that radiates, that spreads to other people, okay? That makes for a better society, and that makes for a better world, okay? Yes, there will always be the arseholes there. There really, really will be. Not everybody is going to go through this process, and they're not, because they're not ready to. They're not ready to. And you know what? As frustrating as it is, that's fine. Just have to deal with it. But the more people that go on this process and find their happiness and find out what they're supposed to be doing or how they're supposed to be living and the best way to do that, the better. Okay? Because like I say, that is how we change the world. That is how we break down these systems. This is how we break down the hierarchy that is currently crushing us. And yes, that is a political point, okay? I am just going to say this very, very quickly, that the government that we have is supposed to serve us, okay? We elect them to serve us. Now, for years and years and years, we have been serving them, okay? And they come out at election time and they say, I'm going to do this for you and I'm going to do that for you. It's bullshit, okay? And if you don't think that's bullshit, then, as I've said in a previous video, you're a fucking idiot, right? Okay? Next time you go out to vote, do some homework, because I'm quite a political person and it drives me up the fucking wall when people go out and they vote based on somebody's personality or one party bullshit policy. E.g. Boris Johnson and fucking Brexit, right? Look at the state of this country now. Yes, I'm going on a rant because I'm a very political person. Anyway, before you're starting to go at me, I'm just going to be honest with you. No, I'm not a Labour supporter. At my core, I'm a Liberal Democrat, but I actually vote Green because I give a shit about the planet. So anyway, it's about breaking down that hierarchy and saying, you know what? You serve us, not the other way round. And this is part of the process that we are going through, okay? It can be big and heavy, okay? If you're a light worker, as they're called, or if, like me, you're a starseed, you have a greater responsibility. And it's about learning that, understanding it, and taking on board. Now, I'm not going to sit here, or stand here, and be all like, again, I'm right and you're wrong, because that's not, like I say, it's a belief system. Again, it comes down to belief system. I'm still at the very start of understanding all this stuff, so I'm by no means an expert. Not that I like to call people an expert in this stuff, because again, how can we prove it? But it's just my understanding so far, and I'm just trying to pass that on in the simplest way I can, just in case it helps anybody else. But I'm going to leave this video here because I'm running out of time. I'm going to move on to another video shortly, which I'm going to be entitling Healers and Warriors, and it's going to be along a similar vein.